Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a California flower. So right now, these are what the petals look like. And I'm going to show you how to put them all together and how to make a petal, because it's a little confusing at first. And this, like when I say California flower, I don't mean this. I mean something like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need to make 5 or 6 petals, however many as you want. I like doing 5 because I just like the look of the 5. So you're gonna need a crochet hook and some rubber bands. I have only a few colors because I ran out of a couple, so I used one of them as like storage. So there's other types of flowers that you can make that look something like this, but I think these ones look really cool. They're pretty easy to learn because it's the same thing over and over. So for the one I'm doing, just try to keep up because it would be easier if I go in like a rainbow order, but for this flower I'm not, so sorry about that. You're gonna use a lot of 2s, so just know everything is 2 except for the first thing. So I have my crochet hook, so you're gonna put it one band on, and then I'm just gonna twist it around the hook twice. So then there's 3 parts like that. And then I'm gonna get my next color, which is gonna be white for me. And then I'm gonna get 2, put it on the hook, and slide it off. And I recommend pulling it pretty tight so it's like thinner up there. And then you kind of can just like push it off, but make sure you don't push off the white or whatever color you're using. So then it's like almost like a bow tie, and you flip it back over. So it's like a swing, kind of. And then you're gonna get your next color and get 2 bands, put it on, and then you're just gonna slide off the first 2 bands, not the second 2. So, and then put it back on the hook. So it should look like that, but with whatever colors you're using. And then you gotta, I like squishing them all together, really like cramped. And then I flip my hook so it's upside down, and then you just have to like slide it out. And then flip it and just like put it back through all of them. This part's a little tricky to make sure you get all of the bands back on, but it should go back to normal, just like flipped. So then you're gonna go back in with the same color that you have those 2 in. So you're gonna get 2 of them and put it on like this, and just slide off the one color that's different, and then put it back on the hook. So then it's like this, like all of your other ones. And then what you're gonna do with this one, it's a little tricky. You're gonna get the one closest to your hook, and you're gonna take it off like that. Since I'm using rubber bands and they don't have that much friction, it doesn't stay there well, so I just hold it with my middle finger like this, and then I like pull it down. And then with my pointer finger and my thumb, I put on the next 2 colors like this. And we have to slide the first 2 segments on. So like this one and this one. Yeah, can you give me 1 sec? And then I'm just gonna slide that on. So then it is on the white. And then you're gonna put the band you just like slid everything onto back on, and then the one you're holding with your middle finger back on. So it's like sandwiched, almost like that. And then you are going to get your next color, and you're gonna put those bands on and slide off the first, like, up, like 2 segments. So I'm gonna do that one and this one. So you're gonna slide off half of the stuff closest to your hook, and then I'm just gonna place it back on. So then it's like half and half. So then I'm just gonna squish it again, flip my hook, and pull it off. And then just re-hook it, like that. So then it's nice like this. Sorry if I'm blocking the view all the time like this. I'm not trying to, it's just kind of hard. So now that I have this, I'm gonna get the same color of these two and get 2 of that color. Put it on, and then you're just gonna slide it back. Those one colors that aren't the same, like that, and put it on. So, well, sorry, it's just not really right there. So then it's all the same. And if it's more helpful for you to also look at one you've already done, but if it's your first one, you kind of just like wing it and go with everyone. But since I already have a couple done, I'm just gonna look at this one and think, okay, so I just did the dark purple, and that was after the like W. So I look at the W, and so that's dark purple. And then the next thing is white. So I think to myself, I'm gonna use white. And then I'm just gonna get these 2 whites. And then we're gonna do the same thing we did before where we slide one off, but this one's a bit different because it's just like harder, so you really wanna make sure you grab it. And put it on like this. And do the same thing where you slide the first 2 segments off. So like bam and bam. And then remember, put that back on, and then put the one you're holding with your middle finger back on. So then it's like that. So you're gonna have, well, in my design, I have these colors just going like straight down, and then like these like interacting. And then whatever color you want to do for your, well, if you want to do one where it's not like all loose like this, and it's like a different pattern, and it's really like cramped and tight like this, and it doesn't like it's not like freely able to move, you're gonna skip this step. But for me, I'm gonna do this step. So I'm gonna get the color I want. And I'm gonna use 1 band, and I'm just gonna put everything onto this band. All of this stuff up here, just gonna slide it off like this. I'll be right there. Sorry, they were trying to watch a show with me. We're watching the new Stranger Things. Okay, so now that it's like this, you need something that you can hold it on. So you can use your rainbow loom if you have one, but I don't have one. So I just, this is kind of funny, but I get these little resin, I have these little itty bitty resin ducks, like these, and I just get this, and see these 2 little bands like this. I just like put it on as like a necklace. So like I have them like this to just like hold them. So you can use whatever you want. That's just what I do. I just think it's easier. So now that you have as many petals as you want, you're gonna have to put them all on your hook. If yours is like this, where it has this like rubber part, this might be a little cramped, but you're gonna make it work, okay? That's why, especially if you have one of these, I like just doing this because it's so much thinner than having 8 individual bands, like just like wrapping around it. So like if you're doing the other way, you'd have 8. So I just do this way, and then if I'm taking it off my duck, I just kind of like I'll be there in 1 second. Okay. You can start it. I'll be there in 1 sec. Sorry, they just really want us to watch the new thing. I mean, we've already watched the new, like all the episodes that are available for season 5. But we started the whole thing over and we're on season 2 right now. And so they just wanted like a family thing. By the way, if you were wondering what's happening. So now that I have them all on like this, you can either do 1 or 2 bands. For me, I'm doing 1 band. But 2 bands is a lot more like sturdy. Okay, you're gonna hear the TV for a sec. So you're going like this, and you're just gonna slide everything onto that 1 band. So since I don't want you guys to really just like listen to this the whole time, I'm just gonna pause it, and then once you slide all the pedals on, just come back. And then when you have them all like this, you're just gonna put it back on. So then you have these 2, and you're gonna put this band inside of this one. So you're gonna like almost like crochet it. So you're gonna grab it and just pull it through like that. And then you created like a little knot there, so you're just gonna pull it really tight because you don't want it to break. And then it's just gonna like be a little like strangler, but that's okay. And then you're just gonna spread it out however you like. And like so. It's a cute little flower. I hope this video helps you make some more flowers and whatever you like. And I'll have other videos on how to make other stuff later. Bye.